coming up today, or I'm sorry, coming up tomorrow is the newest edition of the UltraBreaks. And so this kind of is a good segue into price guides and stuff like that, because of all the episodes we've done, when we talk about UltraBreaks, I won't say it's the most controversial, but it's the ones that we get the most comments about. You know, some people are like, man, I love this way of collecting. Other people are, this is stupid. It's a label. It's never going to be worth anything. Do you kind of get that?
Yeah, I mean, you're going to fall into one
It's
of
like
those two
polar
camps.
opposites.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's like everybody's in two camps, nobody's in the middle.
Yeah.
So me and another dealer were talking the other day, and I wanted to go over, and we'll put this up on the screen, but we want to go over like what kind of money UltraBreaks are bringing on the secondary market, because at the beginning, when we were first approached with Series 1 of the program, I said that's going to be the determinant thing, is how the secondary market sees these coins, right? And so I just went to eBay, printed off the last 3 items sold on the gold labels, because you know, labels don't add any value,
Not at all,
to anything. You know, that's the common thing you hear about. Oh, who cares if it's signed by Mercanti? Who cares if it's signed by Anna Cabral? Who cares if that it sounds like to me, who cares like that baseball signed by Babe Ruth?
Yeah.
You know? So I printed out, these are April 24th through April 23rd. So very recent. We're filming this on the 25th. So these are within the last couple of days. A 1 ounce silver Krugerrand PCGS 70 gold label. So it's 1 of 100. Or 1 of 100 shot.
Yeah.
For a gold label. What do you think that coin brought in auction? These are not buy it nows. These are auctions.
Auctions. Okay. So first question, how many bids? Does it say how many bids?
1 bid.
Okay.
So here, a lot of people are not starting these bids off at 0.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah,
I mean, if it was at 0, there'd probably be over 100 bids. But okay, a 1 ounce silver Krugerrand.
At the end of the day, it's a 1 ounce silver Krugerrand and PCGS 70.
Yeah.
According to some people.
Yeah.
But it's an UltraBreaks.
500.
Pretty close. 549.
549.
So again, what is that coin worth in PCGS 70? $100. So 5 times the price, because it's an UltraBreak. So that's pretty strong. And okay, some people might argue, well, that's an outlier. There's tons of records like this. And this is the most recent UltraBreak. Right here, it's also like a 2023 MS70 Libertad. 486, that's with 20 bids. So that was one that was obviously started lower.
They started it lower and worked the way up.
But this is the one that gets me, right? This proves it. This is a chase coin. 1988S, proof 70, Silver Eagle. This is from the back to the 80s.
Yeah.
UltraBreaks. Gold label, 88S. What do you think that coin sold for? PCGS per 70.
1,700.
God, you're getting close. Hey, not
Really?
I'll tell you what. 1814.89. So this is why that's significant. That coin sold most recently in auction in a Mercanti signature for $423. So let's just, because let's do a little Texas math.
Yeah.
Let's just go ahead and say close to 5 times the value.
Yeah. Close enough.
Close enough, right? So, I mean, you cannot deny this. This is gold label. These aren't infinities.
No,
these are gold labels.
This isn't even the
So
best
the
coins out of the
secondary
set.
market is supporting them.
Yeah.
Now, let's talk about the cons, because we talked about the pros. Let's talk about the cons. The cons is if you do pull the regular gray UltraBreak, you know, those were what, 149? I think immediate value of them is probably 70 to 80. I mean, we have that coin online. We've been offered $80 more times than I can count.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's a little bit of a downside on those immediately. Who knows what the future holds with them, right? That's kind of my outlook on it. But look at these infinity labels.
Oh, so we got infinity.
I got some infinity.
I was
Infinity
close
label
on the
prices.
gold. I'm afraid to. Okay.
You want to take a stab at a 2024 PCGS Proof 70 1 of 15 Ultra Infinity label? I'll give you a hint. 64 bids 64 bids.
Okay. It's a 23 or 23 proof 70?
24 proof
24
70.
proof
so
70.
this current year issue, PCGS proof 70, Ultra Infinity label, pop 15.
2,375.
God, you're pretty close. 21.25.
Okay.
That's a hell. Again, that's a $400 coin retail.
Yeah.
Selling for $2,125. A 2024 Mint State 70 Infinity label, one of 30. Two bids, $1,550.
Jeez.
2024 1 ounce Silver American Eagle Infinity label, again, $1,550. The numbers don't lie. And the whole reason I'm bringing this up, and I'm going to segue this into the price guide, is because I would be willing to bet my firstborn child that if you brought this to a pawn shop or a local buyer, you're going to hear it's an ounce of silver in 70. It's worth $35.
Yeah. And that's the thing is, we talked a couple episodes back about, things to avoid when selling your coins. Pawn shops in general, avoid that. But using a price guide can help in some ways. It can harm you. So even if you had a price guide, so one of the big popular ones right now is the red book or the blue book, different things like that.
Right.
Those, if you go and look that coin up,
they don't take into account.
They can't. There's not even a section for that. So, and there's a lot of other ones out there, but that's undeniable proof that somebody bought a UltraBreak for, some of those were 150, some of them were more or less.
Yeah.
And
so the proofs were 229. The around the worlds were 150.
And there were one coins worth thousands of dollars.
Right.
Now already. So
we had a customer who pulled out of, and I'll try to go in order with his around the world. He pulled a gold infinity coin. So there's one online right now for $10,000. He paid $150 for that coin. And I'll say it again, there's one listed online for $10,000.
Yeah.
Is it worth $10,000? I haven't seen any of them sell at that price, but it's definitely worth thousands. Definitely. It's an ounce of gold. Right?
Yeah.
He also pulled a couple of gold labels, which we are seeing are in the $500 range. He paid $150 for. He also pulled an infinity silver coin. He also pulled proof gold out of the proof back to the 80s proof UltraBreaks, which were $229. He pulled gold labels, which are probably worth that $500 to $1,000. Red books and stuff like that do not take that into account. You can't.
There's no way to.
Yeah, because and if you were to ask, I guarantee if you go ask a dealer who doesn't really deal with UltraBreaks, he'd say it's worth $200. But
Do a little bit more
but
research
it's really worth. I mean, the market is telling you that the UltraBreaks are worth more money.
Yeah.
And that's the most exciting thing for me, because that's when this stuff starts to pay off. Because at the beginning, we're on series 7 of the UltraBreaks.
I think so, yeah.
In the beginning, that was the tell. Like if the market accepts this and says these are more valuable, this is going to be the coolest thing since signature coins. I guess
Yeah.
Now you're going to start to have some fun, because now you really realize that these things are going to sell for good money. They are valued in the eyes of modern coin collectors. So that's going to be really cool to see.
Yeah, what I really like about the UltraBreaks is in my opinion, the popularity can only increase from here.
Sure.
This is still relatively small for as big as a program can get, like Signature Series or anything like that. So it's only a matter of time before it gets more popular, and as it gets more popular, there's more demand. So these first group, the Series 1 through probably 15, are going to have lower populations, a lot more demand for them as time goes on.
Yeah. It just goes to show you that it's hard to just put like a price on something.
Yes.
And it's hard for us to put a price on something. It's hard for everybody. And that's why we were talking about the perfect price guide doesn't exist.